Super Mario Odyssey was released on October 27th, 2017. Dang, now I feel kinda old, but I'm only 19, and almost immediately, this game developed its own community. Speedrunners from all around the world started pushing this game to its limits right away. Tons of the craziest glitches of all time were discovered in just the first month. Challenges were being formed left and right, and there was no shortage of mods to download. Now it's 2023, almost 6 years after the release date, and the hype for this game has not let up. New ideas are being formed, and people still love to watch this game, evident from the fact that my most popular videos are all about this game in some way. But what is it about SMO that has kept people playing and watching for over half a decade? Also, I have said quite a few times that this is my favorite video game, but why is that? Well, we're gonna answer all of those questions right now. This is Super Mario Odyssey 6 years later. So we start off with Mario fighting Bowser, and he actually loses a fight against him and doesn't survive. Then he wakes up in the afterlife surrounded by ghosts, since he's also a ghost now. Okay, no, I'm totally kidding. This is actually just a theory that other players have made about the game. What actually happens is Mario lands in Cap Kingdom, where these hat ghosts live. This ghost, named Cappy, finds Mario's hat and possesses it. So now it does this, and you can capture things. The story here actually goes a little deeper. Not only did Bowser kidnap Peach, but Cappy also conveniently had his sister taken by him. So I mean, it only makes sense that these two team up to take him down. To do so, you travel through several different kingdoms around the world collecting power moons along the way to eventually find enough to power up their ship, the Odyssey. Right away, can we just talk about how amazing these kingdoms are? So at first glance, they do seem to follow the pattern of Mario games with having a world of grass, then sand, then water, and so on. But the thing is, each one has something about it that makes it unique. Like in Cascade, it's prehistoric land and you can capture a dinosaur. In Sand, you transition from it being hot and sunny above ground to being cold and icy underground. And in Lake, you capture a Cheep Cheep, so swimming isn't unbearable anymore. Also, the way you complete these kingdoms is just such a great system. It's not just a simple get from point A to point B thing. Well, it can be when the kingdom starts and it says, alright, here's where you gotta go to complete the story. But along the way, it encourages you to wander off the path, and you are rewarded for doing this with more moons. Most of the time, you can even find enough moons off the story path to just skip the story altogether. In addition, you have the best Mario moveset the world has ever seen, being able to long jump, backflip, triple jump, dive, and a bunch of crazy cap throws. All of that together allows you to pull off some crazy jumps everywhere in the game. Hey, there's another reason: the trick jump community it created. However, probably the most important new move in the entire game is the infinite roll. Now, you do have to shake your controller to do it as fast as possible, but honestly, after a bit, it just becomes second nature, and this super fast roll makes the game really fun for speedrunners. In most other Mario games, it just seems like speedrunning in them isn't that common anymore. You still have your fair share of people setting records in Sunshine and Galaxy, but it's nothing compared to Odyssey, which is one of the most popular speed games of all time. And the biggest reason for that just seems to be the way you move around in those older games. It just isn't super fun and gets old. But with SMO, there are so many ways to move quickly and make crazy jumps to make something like this possible. So combining this with awesome kingdoms and a great system on collecting, where there is so much freedom for new routes to constantly be changing, and yeah, you have one of the best and most exciting speedrunning games ever. But not only is it fun to play this game fast, it's also just straight up fun to watch other people play. This is what separates the good games from the great games, in my opinion. There are so many great ways to speedrun this game and so many amazing challenges, and just seeing some of these tricks and glitches done feels like magic. You don't even need to be playing the game to experience this, because sharing these moments with the community feels so good. That's not something I can say about every game. You know, recently, one member of my family asked me this: "Hey Owen, why is it that nowadays so many people just go on YouTube and watch other people play video games?" Because it's fun to watch Small Ant beat the game blindfolded. It's fun to watch CJ do this and this to beat the game with 3 captures. It's fun to watch this whole group play hide and seek and laugh with each other the whole time. And most of all, it's fun to watch Nicro beat this game in under an hour. If you need any proof as to how fun this game is to watch, just remember this time of so many runners setting records day after day with thousands of people watching and waiting for that hour mark to be dropped. It truly was a magical time back in March of 2019 when this barrier was broken. And it still is magical to watch all these talented people continue to lower the record. It seriously blows my mind of how many people are still improving at this game to this day. I consider myself pretty good at the game, but I could never imagine myself being as good as this. So even 6 years later, this game is still being recommended to so many different people. And I think the simple answer for why that is just it's fun. Okay, I know, super creative answer, yeah, but seriously, it's fun to play, it's fun to watch, there's so much replay value, and it has the most content out of any Mario game. Does that mean it's the best Mario game? Well, that's up for you to decide. Personally, I consider it the perfect game. I loved every second of it my first playthrough, and I still love every second when I play now, but I'm not gonna tell you what you should think about any of these games. If you don't like Odyssey, that's okay. But hey, thank you for watching this video to the end still, but if you've never played it before, give it a shot. I really think it'll be worth it, and I know many people would agree with me on that.